everybody. I'm in my living room. I am not in. Look, there's no green screen. I am here and in person. In person for the. Well, I'm always here in person. You know what I mean. I'm here like with no pretense, no fakery here. You may notice that I am on the wrong. Well, only half the screen. Half the screen is being used. What's up, Steph? What's up, Tricks? What's up, Andrew? How are you doing? You may be wondering why I'm here. Stands alone. And why we are recording Nostalgia on the Rocks here on twitch.tv/ProbablyOliver instead of twitch.tv/FNHPaul. And that's because, my friends, we got FNHPaul in the house!
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
How is it going?
All right, we got it. Do we want to do it with the glasses first before we or do we want to just touch hands now?
Oh, but I mean, the camera is slightly off, so
We'll just do this. I'm just gonna. There we go. See, look, that's my hand. See, look, you can tell with the tattoos.
Yep, there it is. There it is. No trickery there. No trickery there.
No shenaniganery has been had.
We are on a 2-camera setup because it just works out better. So I do apologize as well for the color differences. This is my living room. That side of the wall isn't dirtier than this side of the wall.
It's guys, you know how we do things here. We make it work the best we can. Nostalgia on the Rocks way.
Nostalgia on the Rocks.
But if there is any issue with the audio, please let us know before we actually start recording. Right now, we're still in the
in the fun bit,
the goofing around spot. Yeah.
But yeah,
they're touching each other. I'm just gonna be constantly looking over my shoulder, looking at the chat. Audio is perfect. Ooh.
Oliver's pale, Paul's gold. It tracks.
Yo, Joe. Well, I mean, that's also. I mean, we can show the paleness. That would be the pale.
Yeah. I think this is the first time. This is not the first time I've ever streamed in my living room. And I don't think you know this. Before, when I first started streaming, when I first started testing the waters, which was January last year, I didn't have a PC. All I had was a shitty, really old laptop and this room. And so I used to sit on this table.
Sit on that table.
Sit on this table. It was very uncomfortable.
It's just a small end table essentially for everybody at home who can't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could move the camera, but I don't want
to. In front of this TV, Cecily would be sitting on this sofa, just on her phone while I was bullshitting. It was the most uncomfortable. It didn't work. I think of everyone, Ale Indria would have been there. Ale Indria would have been there for the first few streams, and it was. Whew, it was uncomfortable to say the least. But today...
It'd be like that sometimes.
Today we've got Did I say Rosie out of the house for this today? Yes, she's gone. I have replaced her with Paul. Paul is my wife. But yeah, so...
I would say it's an upgrade, but we don't know that's a lot.
But yeah, so we're going to do our first ever.
You're just going to see a sandal coming. Better yet, she's gonna try to for the combo, just skim it off your head, hit me in the head. It was just a joke.
But yeah, so we're gonna do the first ever live and in person episode of Nostalgia on the Rocks. It's weird.
It is very odd. So we're doing this one now, and then all I'm saying is right now, I'm saying on record so that way you guys at home can hold him to this. You then gotta drive to my studio, the FNHPaul studio, and then we do a show there as well.
Okay, I'll be there.
I'll even let you sit in the big comfy chair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see, that's all you need, just a big comfy recliner.
Yeah. Cool. So, oh shit, I've not got a fancy exclamation point marker sort of deal. So,
actually, you probably can still do that because mine.
I'll send the time to you. Go from there.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you're the one who's gonna have to edit this and I say edit this, clip it out and send it. Well, we'll make it work. We'll make it happen.
So by meeting in person, did you both realize you can't stand each other in real life? Paul is bigger in real life. Paul is a mountain of a man. Jesus Christ, that is a...
That's why originally I was jokingly gonna sit like this, be like, hi! just sit on the couch like this, just so Oliver can appear. It's Paul is actually only 4'6". Fun facts. Oh
no, I think it's good. I think it's good. And hey, we might talk about the fact that this is not the first time we have met. That's going to come up in the show.
I was gonna say we can't be spoiling things now.
Great. But hey, so we're gonna get started. So, what is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of Nostalgia on the Rocks. Typically hosted by this man on my left, but we are currently sitting in my living room. So I am taking hosting duties today. But today is where we talk about the games of old, the games of new, and everything in between. My name is ProbablyOliver. You guys know me very well. And joining me is my illustrious co-host, the RPG playing, the Hawaiian shirt wearing, the bad joke telling. It's your friendly neighborhood, Paul. How's it going, Paul?
Oh, it is going well. You know, that drive down here wasn't too bad. Lovely weather, a little bit of Disney music, almost getting murdered by a truck. All things considered, not too shabby.
Good. I'm glad the truck didn't kill you.
That would have been really awkward. Really awkward.
I mean, people would have thought I'd murdered you.
It was like Paul was supposed to go down. Well, last we heard, Paul was supposed to go meet ProbablyOliver. And next thing you know, he ends up dead in mysterious circumstances.
I mean, Paul, you are staying here tonight. It could still happen.
It could still happen. If you don't hear from me by Wednesday, send help.
Now, typically we have an extra guest. We have like a third chair. We do not have one of those today because I don't have space in my flat to house more than 2 people at once.
Yes.
This is myself and Paul, and we're going for a bit unstructured. We're going a bit loosey goosey.
We were going to go loosey goosey. Now, we should be full front facing and honest. We did have a third chair planned. However, Rumblepack, after confirming that he would in fact travel, last minute realized that he could not actually drive to the UK and therefore had to cancel last minute.
He got right to the tip of Florida before he saw the water in front of him.
Yeah, he thought there was he had heard about a tunnel that you can take to get to the UK. What he did not realize is that was from the UK to France. So, unfortunately,
we'll get him next time.
Sooner or later, we'll get him out here. We might have to get him on a boat, but then that'll take like 6 months for him to get here.
Titanic again.
No, because no one Rumble. Love you, Rumble. He's probably gonna get oh man, don't worry about it. I got a boat. He's not at all has that accent. But
have you ever seen Rumble?
No, I actually don't know who that is. But he's gonna have a little John boat that you would take out on a lake. He's like, no, I got a John boat. I'll be there in no time. You got a little trolling motor, and you're like, man, these waves are real big. They're real big.
Right.
Oh, Rumble is never gonna come on the show now. Not because he doesn't not even because we keep fucking around, but just because he's like, no, fuck you guys. You guys have been talking shit on me for 9 weeks.
Rumbleback, we love you.
No, correction, not 9 weeks. 9 episodes.
Yeah.
So 18
weeks. Oh, shit. We've been mean to Rumble. Rumble, we love you. But hey, Paul, this is typically the part of the show where you will look at me on Discord and you'll say, Paul. You'll say, Oliver. Paul, you'll say, Oliver, what are you drinking? But today, what are we drinking?
What are we drinking? Now, you have this bottle. I picked up a very special bottle. Actually, I'm going to go off camera real quick. I'm going to grab the box. If you hold the bottle, I'm going to hold the box. Because I spared no expense. You expected me to show up with some, bottom shelf military special cheapy stuff. Tesco's own whiskey. But no. What I picked up was the 21-year Glenfiddich. Single Skull Independent Family Distiller. This is the Reserve Rum Cask Finish. Yeah, this is the Caribbean rum finish awakens our Scottish whiskey, rousing it with extra exotic notes of ginger. Big, do not cut that. What are you sir?
Go inside.
He fucked it up somehow. I give him the chance to open the bottle, and this is what he does. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last episode of Nostalgia on the Rocks.
I know.
He just opened. You
I thought this was like
It
this was like a
is.
little bit of plastic on
It
top.
is.
I was gonna pull off the plastic, so it was just the cork, and the plastic didn't come with it.
I wish you guys could have seen his face because he was like, he like cuts it, he rips it off, which you did that off camera as well. And I'm like, why did you do that? And then he goes and he's just like, I hear the, and he was just like, huh. So it's all coming out the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, you are seeing the demise of
Unlucky episode 30.
I love how they just saw my face. I really hope somebody clips that out of just my face of like talking. Don't you cut that? Oh, and like my eyes just like looking like, are you kidding me? The Caribbean rum finish awakens our Scottish whiskey, rousing it with extra exotic notes of ginger, fig, lime, and a vibrant, spicy toffee warmth, elevating it from something great to something extraordinary. Just like this episode is elevating us from something decent to something mildly entertaining.
You'd hope. Well, because this is the first time this cork is ever going to get open, because we're going to edit that out of the show.
Yeah, you say that.
Let's see if I can still get a decent pop from it.
Ooh.
That was nice.
Ooh.
That was nice.
Okay, I don't have a marker command. I think you might have to do that.
That's fine. We'll figure that out. So, for the first time in the history of this show, which has been we've been doing this since December.
Yeah, which is really odd to think about because once again, I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, this started as a dumb joke on Twitter. This was Oliver saying, somebody make a podcast so I can be on it. And then I responded with we'll do a podcast where we just talk about old games and drink. And we'll call it Nostalgia on the Rocks. Off the cuff name, assumed it was taken. Turns out it wasn't. And I was like, all right, well, we're going to take that.
So, here's to 13 more episodes.
13 more.
Cheers. Oh, yeah, it's in
There
shot.
we go.
There we go. Oh. That's special. That's so smooth. There's a little bit of fire at the back, but that is
what a 21-year whiskey will do.
Oh, I'm keeping this bottle, by the way. This is it's staying here. And we'll talk about that later.
That's depending on how much is left. I don't know if I can that much. I don't know how much that bottle's going to be left after today. Good Lord.
It is beautiful. I will also say that so before this, before we went live, just talk about what we were gonna say in the show. I thought well, I've got some of my we all know on here on twitch.tv/ProbablyOliver, I'm a fan of Camden Brewery. And so I got some of the off-menu IPAs. Very, very, very nice beer. Very good beer. I handed a can to Paul. He went, I've been looking forward to this. I know you've been hyping it up. One sip, he went, this is piss. I have never, and so I wanted to, say this. Oh, you brought, a 21... This is rat water as far as I'm concerned. But I can't do that because this is the nicest whiskey I've ever tasted. This is really good. I'm glad I went special with it. Because I almost just grabbed a normal Glenfiddich, but I was like, you know what, this is something special. This is the first time we are meeting as hosts on this show doing this. And I was like, you know what? Let's mark the occasion. Let's have something nice. And so here we are. And God bless it. Am I happy about it? But hey, first of all, before we get onto the topic of the show, we're gonna talk as the topic of the show, we're gonna talk about kind of, I don't know, this kind of Twitch journey, the communities we've built, and how our communities have sort of intertwined and how that has sort of happened. But first of all, as per usual, Paul, what have you been playing?
So for me, I've been playing a little bit of Immortals Phoenix Rising still.
Mm-hmm. Still enjoying it?
Still enjoying it. Still liking it.
Still better than Breath of the Wild.
See, for me, once again, it's because I don't have that Zelda nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
That it's just it doesn't hit the same notes for me as it does other people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm still enjoying it. Although I will say it has kind of taken more of a backseat recently, due to two games that have come out well, I say I kind of came out are in beta, I should say. First and foremost, well, I'll talk about one of them that we both played. We'll talk about that one later. I'll let you kind of bring that up because I want to hear your thoughts on it before I start talking about it. But the one I really want to talk about, which everyone should be going and downloading right now as I talk, Splitgate. If you have not played Splitgate, Splitgate takes what you think Halo 2 and Halo 3 and even Halo Reach multiplayer felt like, what you remember it feeling like, adds a whole nother mechanic as far as the portals are concerned, with like moving around movement around the map and like little kind of jetpacks, and blends them together in what I can only describe as one of the best games I have played this year. Period. Dot. One of the best. Like, I have never had that much fun. Like, so far this year, in 2021, I have not had this much fun playing a game as I have while playing Splitgate. Like, I legitimately have not enjoyed myself with a game this much. And like the fact that when I boot it up and I'm having like it's me and like a handful of people who might jump in from the community, and we're just goofing around, we're joking, and even when I'm not, when I play, even when I solo queue, it's still just like that, running around having fun. It just it's so good. Like, it just feels good to play. Now I have it on Steam, but I play on controller, and it just feels so good to play. Like, it's obnoxious how good it is to play. To the point where I am scared for Immortals Phoenix Rising because I don't know if I'm gonna go back to it, because I'm just having way too much fun with Splitgate.
No, because it's still in beta.
Yeah, it's still in beta.
Is it a beta for the next 3 weeks, or is it just open until it's?
It seems like it's open until it's released. Because right now, like, they have a battle pass in there right now. They have cosmetic things that you can pick up, like nothing that changes how the guns perform, but very much kind of like Apex, where they just kind of change the look. So you can get stuff like they have what's called a BFB, which is just a big fucking bat, which just I love that name. So you have the big fucking bat, and one of the skins is like this ice skin essentially, and with this ice skin, it kind of just turns it into like almost like it looks almost kind of like an axe, kind of like it just gives it like a different look. Still does the same power, still has all the same shit, but it just looks dope. And the fact that like all that stuff is obviously going to carry over to the main game. It's cross play. It's on fucking everything right now, even as a beta. It's there is zero reason why you should not have this thing at least download. Like, boot it up, give it a run through. If you're kind of like, if you have it on Steam and you're kind of like on mouse and keyboard, that's fine. Grab a controller, because like it flows very well on controller. Like, speaking from a guy who's a console pleb, it feels good. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and I really cannot wait, because I think the NTO tournaments that we do every about monthly or so, I'm pretty sure this month is going to be Splitgate, but the next tournament's going to be Splitgate, which I cannot wait.
Yeah, see, like that child was talking about it last week on the pod. Really speaking my language. I mean, like, I haven't spoken to you about it before. I've never played a Halo. Like, I've got no touchstone on that, and I've never been a big multiplayer guy. But I love Portal. Always, like, Portal and Portal 2 especially, two of my favorite games of all time. And like, I remember having conversations with people like, oh, could you imagine if this was in like a like shooter, if this was in like an actual like it would be incredible. Like, and it seems like that dream has finally been realized a little bit. And yeah, I've not downloaded it yet, but I keep meaning to, keep thinking about it. And yeah, I'm especially if it is like, if it's open, if it's a beta until it releases, which I mean, stuff like that always makes my eyes roll anyway, sort of thing.
But here's the thing, though, right? So right now it's gonna be staying free to play. As far as everything I've seen, it is gonna be staying free to play, and it just kind of has the battle pass. So it's kind of taking like the Fortnite approach to it, where it's a free game, but they have a battle pass you can purchase and like all this other shit. Which right now the battle pass is free because, well, they're not gonna charge for battle pass. Like, they'd be kind of fucked up. So like everything on the battle pass, there's like 15 levels. Like, it's nothing crazy. So it's enough to kind of get you like some skins, a couple banners, some like stuff like that. Like
is there like different game modes to it? Is it just like deathmatch cool stuff?
So like I said, it's like very much like Halo. So you have your team deathmatch, you have King of the Hill, Domination, Oddball, which if you've played like Griffball or some shit like that, where it's just a matter of you get the ball, which in Halo is like a bomb. In this game, it's a disco ball. And you just run, which has made Joe Medforce's fucking day. I played with him last night, and he was like, I want to grab the ball. And so at one point, I grabbed the ball, ran to him, dropped it. And like, you pick it up. He picked it up for like 5 seconds and got murdered.
I can imagine the joy on his face.
He's like, I got the disco ball. But yeah, so you have oddball, you have SWAT, which is kind of like a headshots are an insta kill.
Okay.
Very similar to Halo, like Halo Reach. Like Halo Reach is like when I think of Halo multiplayer, that's what I think of because I played the shit out of that on 360. Love Reach. Reach is my favorite Halo game. Period. Dot. End of discussion. But like you have all these different game modes. They have like gun games, so like as you kill somebody, your gun changes. There was a game mode they have like the occasional like timed game modes for like they'll have them in there for a few days.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I like stuff like that.
There was one that was called One in the Chamber. You have one bullet.
Oh.
Everybody has 25 health, which normally you have like 100. So it's one shot, one kill, but you have one bullet. So when you shoot somebody, you get another bullet. Or like when you shoot and kill somebody, you get another bullet. But if you miss, you're fucked. So then you gotta like charge up there and try to melee him.
There was a version of that in what was it? Back in the like early PS2 era, there was a James Bond game. I think it was like either Nightfire or Agent Underfire, something like that. Had a mode like that, which was like the Golden Gun. Yeah. I'm sure it was in GoldenEye on the N64, but I never really played that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of sounds like Golden Gun a little bit, but yeah,
that was so much fun because it like. You would see people in your sights and you wouldn't shoot, and like, but the instinct was there because you're like, they're a little bit further away than I'd like.
Do I? If I don't hit this shot, if you shoot first, you better shoot right. Because if you fucking miss, it's gonna be a real bad time for you. But yeah, like I cannot talk this game. I love this fucking game. I am having, even when I've I've been, even when I do phenomenal, I love it. But even when I do bad, even when we lose, I'm never like, fuck this game, this game's fucking stupid. It's just like, those other guys were hot. Like, those dudes were fucking sweaty. They were good. But I'm never mad at the game about it. You know, like, I haven't had anything where it's like, I've had some people that were kind of sus. Like, as far as like, you didn't even like get out of the sprint animation and you shotgunned me in the face. Like, what the fuck? But even that, I chalk up to, it's in beta. It might have a small, like somebody might have figured out a bug. If you tap the thing just so, and you do a fucking, and you do the dance and you say the chants, these things will happen. But like, I'm so in love with this game that I don't care. Like it's not even like oh, I'm blinded to it because like oh I'm so just like over the moon with the game. I just mean like the game is fun, and even when I'm bad at it or when I'm getting my teeth kicked in, I'm still enjoying myself because it's still like
the best kind.
Because even when you have a bad game, it's like, all right, bad game, no big deal. Shake it off. We're gonna run it back. Because then even still, like if there's like I'm trying to remember one of the guys from yesterday who just were kicking our teeth in. We'll just say it's Dan. We'll just say Dan. Like just getting murdered by Dan over and over again. It's like, I don't know what the fuck Dan is on, but somebody needs to take away the controller and just let him sit outside in the sun. Because I don't think he has seen sunlight since this game has hit open beta. And it's just like, I'm still having fun. I'm still enjoying myself with the game. And that's what I'm loving about it.
I mean, those are the kind of people that have always kept me away from your Call of Duties and your Battlefields and stuff like that. Like, the only one I got close to getting massively into was, what's the Star Wars one? Battlefront. Like, the first Battlefront game, well, not the first Battlefront game, but the one that came out on PS4 a few years ago, 2015 or so. I got that and I loved it, and it was decidedly average. It wasn't brilliant, but I was a Star Wars fan at the time, and so I really enjoyed the noises and the pew pews and the being a stormtrooper. That was awesome, but it just became a respawning simulator for me. Like I was never actively playing that game because the people that were actively playing that game were so good, and so I kind of enjoyed more like the kind of bot matches and stuff like that because I could actually enjoy myself playing that game.
And honestly, that's why I would love for you to download Click It because even because like I said, I was playing with Joe yesterday. It was me, Joe, Bilby, or no, it wasn't Bilby. It was me, Joe, Raul, Raul Loop, and one of my buddies, Viconic, a guy who I work with.
Mm-hmm.
We were running around playing, and we were just having a damn good time with it. Like, even Joe, who is not a first-person shooter player, like, he's obviously, I hope if you guys know who we are, you know who Joe is. He's a goofball through and fucking through.
Mm-hmm.
But he commits to bits, which I appreciate.
Oh, he's the best.
Like, shades his face to match it. Like, right now he's playing through, what the fuck is it? No More Heroes or something like that.
Yeah. He's Travis Touchdown. He's
Travis Touchdown, thank you.
He's on point.
It looks good and I hate him for it. Like, I love it. Like, I love you to death, Joe, but I fucking hate you for it. Just because I'm like, I can't commit that hard to bits.
He posted like a picture, I think, on Instagram or something the other day that I'm going to clip this little bit out and send it to him directly because he needs to hear this. Like someone in his community had made like a little bit of fan art of the No More Heroes box set, but with Joe's face instead of Travis Touchdowns. And I looked at that for a full like 2 minutes without realizing that there was any level of Photoshop going on. I thought it was just the. Is
that the one with him and the chick?
Yeah.
Yep. I straight up looked at it. I was like,
this is just the cover of No More Heroes.
I was like, that looks good. I was like, I don't know what Joe did. Like, I didn't know Joe was that good. I didn't know that was fan art.
No.
I didn't know that was fan art. I thought he did that.
He may have done. He may have like
I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna say it's fan art until he confirms it.
Yeah. What a beautiful man. What a beautiful man. But I think I need to download Splitgate. Like it sounds again. I mean we've talked a few times like on this board about like that kind of like I don't know that Rocket League energy, like that kind of the multiplayer game that just the secret sauce and when games get it right, just how good those games can be and there's few that have got it right since Rocket League, but it seems like there's quite a few that have got it recently. And
here's the thing, right? What I love about it is there's no fucking battle royale. There's not a battle royale. It's just multiplayer. That's it. It is kind of like Titanfall 1, where it's just multiplayer. And that's what I love about it. It's just a fun little multiplayer game. There's no battle royale thing where I gotta worry about like, oh, we're gonna drop into an arena and do. Nah, it's just, hey, you're gonna play King of the Hill on this map. Hey, you're gonna play Oddball. You're gonna do SWAT. And like they still do like the Halo because they very much know they're a Halo clone, and which is what I love about it because like the guy who talks to you kind of sounds like it, but not quite. But it's just like kill-tacular. Killing spree. Bilby, that motherfucker. Love you, Bilby, but go fuck yourself. Got 50 kills without dying.
5-0.
5-0. You know what it's called? Oh, God, I keep fucking up. Califragilisticexpialidocious.
Wow.
So supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but with kill in the front. Which, man, my brain breaks every time I try to say it. Like, I was trying to do it on stream yesterday, and it took me like 6 attempts before it finally, like, bleh, it came out. It was that bad. It was just so, oh, man. But yeah, like, seriously, it's got the FNHPaul seal of approval. I love that game. I'm planning on playing that game. Like, any community, like, kind of goof around thing, because as of right now, like I said, Call of Duty's still in the fucking doghouse. They've been making some changes, but like they're still in the fucking doghouse in my book.
Yep.
Now, bear in mind, I'm gonna make sure I say this very publicly. If you still play those games, that is fine. I am not shaming anybody who plays it. I understand that there are some people who have made their name playing Call of Duty and have done that kind of stuff. I'm in no way, shape, or form bad mouthing them or calling like I legitimately. This isn't like me trying to throw like passive aggressive shit. I don't play that shit. Play passive aggressive. If I'm gonna fucking be an asshole, I'm gonna be an asshole. But like, if you are playing the game still and you are still enjoying the game and I think they got a new season dropping soon.
Yeah.
Sure. I am mad at you.
Enjoy the game. All stuff like that. It's comfort levels for me. Like, because I don't feel comfortable like playing. And like, I mean,
when something called the Cosby Suite is mentioned, that kind of is like, Now, bear in mind, there have been a lot of changes. There has been a lot of higher-ups who are a part of that shit are being removed. New people are stepping in who had nothing to do with it or who are new to the company are now taking up those roles, which I appreciate. I'm still kind of a little on the fence about it.
Oh yeah,
They can win me back, obviously. Now, will I be buying more fucking COD coins? Probably not. Or at least not for a bit, until my dumbass sees a fucking skin that I really want for no fucking reason. Like, I use the Viking skin. I don't know why I keep buying new ones. Like, I already won. I have a Viking. I don't need any more.
Yeah, like for me, it's always been comfort levels. Like, I mean, granted, like with Activision Blizzard, like I don't think there's any Activision Blizzard games that I've ever really got into, like apart from Tony Hawk's. But luckily, I already bought that, so I have no problem with still playing it, and I will play it forever and ever and ever. But like for the most part, there's no Activision games that I'm interested in. There's no way that I'm going to be giving money to Activision.
Well,
in any sense,
it's
Ubisoft's different.
It's
Ubisoft,
not even Activision though.
It's Blizzard.
It's Blizzard, yeah. And unfortunately, I'll say, Activision is kind of lumped in with it.
Yeah.
But it's like Blizzard. We should be very clear. Blizzard is where all this stuff is happening. It's not actually Activision, but because Activision and Blizzard are like, is Blizzard owns Activision, right, or is it the other way around?
Activision owns Blizzard.
Activision owns Blizzard. But because of the whole Blizzard Activision, the commingling, if you will, that is where this kind of stems from. So obviously, like Overwatch, fucking World of Warcraft, their MOBA, whatever the fuck that thing was called. Like
League?
It's not League of Legends.
No, that's right. Well, they're fuck right.
There's a lot of companies. There's a lot of companies that are like there's levels of like, but you know, we run with it best we can.
Yeah. But should we talk about the other beta that I know both of us have been playing, and I absolutely have some thoughts on? It's Back 4 Blood. I
mean, let you go for it. Go for it.
Now, I've spoken about it on this pod before. I've spoken about it to my community before. I've spoken about it to anyone who will listen. I will speak about it to the woman serving me in Tesco's about it. Left 4 Dead, and specifically Left 4 Dead 2, is one of my favorite video games of all time ever. It is an incredible video game. It is the most fun I've ever had playing a video game, and during the Xbox 360 days, I must have put in probably at least 1,000 hours into playing Left 4 Dead. Then I got rid of the 360, I got a PS4, Left 4 Dead was not available on there. I bought a PC last year, and literally the first thing I did when I got that PC was buy Left 4 Dead, and that was the first thing I did. Within an hour of like setting up the PC for the first time, I was playing Left 4 Dead. I love that game. Back 4 Blood gets announced, and it is, I mean, like, you don't even need to have played Left 4 Dead to realize that this is just the biggest Left 4 Dead ripoff in the world ever. And I mean that lovingly.
Inspired by.
Yeah, inspired by. Like,
clone, whatever you want to call it.
Hey,
hang on, before you keep going, where's the bottle at?
Oh,
I can't. You hid the bottle from me.
For
good reason.
The controls are the same as Left 4 Dead. The characters all seem like the same as Left 4 Dead. Even the special infected. There's a fat guy who vomits on you. That is just ripped directly from Left 4 Dead.
I went ahead and pulled that thing off for you that you couldn't do. It's was classified as light touch. Is what you need for that.
Yeah, heavy hands. Heavy hands. But yeah, it's also like it's as Airlinger in the chat has said. Yes, it is also a lot of the same devs as Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
like it is as Left 4 Dead as it comes, and it plays exactly like Left 4 Dead. The card system's really cool. I'm sure we'll go into that a little bit more. But on a top level thing, there's something missing, and I don't know what it is. Like I played a handful of games last weekend during like the open closed beta, and then I played a few games last night during the more open beta, and like I'm sure a few things will change by the time the game releases in October, but through those sort of, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours in total that I've put into it so far, still finding my feet in it, it seems to just, it's missing a little bit of the soul of Left 4 Dead, and I don't know what it is. Like, I think it might be the kind of the graphical style a little bit, like Left 4 Dead, because it was a game that came out in 2000, Left 4 Dead 2, 2009, I think it was, 2008, 2009. obviously graphical limitations were there, and so everything looked a little bit cartoony. It was realistic, but there was a little bit of like just unrealism to it, sort of thing. And this is very. It looks a lot better, quote unquote, but because of that, I feel it's almost a little generic. Like it's almost a little bleak. It's almost a little bland. It's almost like there's just it seems to have everything that Left 4 Dead had. But like while I was playing it last night and like just playing it on my own, I like the game I was in. It was me, another guy who I didn't know, and two bots, and I was like happy, like just trying it out, like without like having to like fuck around with yourself or Reaper or whatever, like just check out the game.
I mean, I get it.
On it, but I just wanted to like check out the game in a vacuum sort of thing, and like the whole time I was playing it, it had this weird effect. But the whole time I was playing it, all I could think of is I want to boot up Left 4 Dead 2. And like I shouldn't have that feeling for a game that is Left 4 Dead free in everything but name. Like that game is everything that a Left 4 Dead free should be. And surely I'm sure there will be things that changes in the beta, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but something is missing.
Could it be the characters?
I think so. I remember when I was playing last weekend with yourself and Reaper, like there was quips from the characters. They were being a bit silly. There's the woman in like the motorhome who like has that story about like
she's talking about her and her husband, like, yeah, he's a little under the weather, but I think we'll be okay. They're just saying it's a fever, so we're just gonna see if it passes. And that man is fucking dead. I thought she was talking about the plant, and I was like, oh, you poor soul. And then I saw the body up above in like the sleeping section of the camper, and I'm like, oh, you poor soul.
Yeah.
It went from like, oh, you're just a crazy old lady to like, oh, this is sad now. I wasn't ready for sad. I was ready for a moderate level of sadness, not a full blown like, oh no level of sad. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and like because it shares that in common with Left 4 Dead. Like it's quietly funny, it's quietly silly, it's a bit B-movie-ish sort of thing. But it was like the guns feel excellent, like the characters feel excellent, like the levels are huge, like the infect, like it has that same thing as Left 4 Dead, is that you get into an area and there's like a couple of zombies loitering about, and they're super easy to get rid of. They're just literally just one shot, they're done. And then as soon as like there is one too many zombies, it becomes so overwhelming. And that's what Left 4 Dead did so well, is that like it was so easy until it wasn't. And
so
then when it
shoot
wasn't,
at a flock of birds, and then the horde shows up, and then you're
didn't like the birds.
fuck!
I didn't like the birds at all. Like because the birds seem to be in place of like almost in place of witches, and like for anyone who knows Left 4 Dead and knows how terrifying witches are. Oh, you were never a Left 4 Dead player. Like
at higher levels, I guess there is actually a witch kind of character.
Okay.
So, but at the lower levels, they don't. This is just straight from me watching like other streamers where like I can't for the life of me I can't remember what they were called, but it was like at higher levels they were talking about these little things, because you have like I'm gonna poorly name these things. So you have I had to look at the camera for that. I can't look at you for that. So we have the pukers.
Yep.
You have the tall boys.
Yep.
You have the
big arms.
Yeah, the big arms tall boy.
Oh yeah.
So you got tall boy. So you got puker, tall boy.
His defining feature to you is that he's tall and not that he has a massive fucking arm.
Well, he's also like fucking 10 feet fucking tall. Like that motherfucker shouldn't fit in most goddamn hallways. Yet for some reason he's walking through doorways like no fucking problem. Like my guy, fuck off. It's like
fucking huge.
It's like oh yeah, brown hair guy. Brown hair. That's the feature that you brown hair. Not the fact that he's like da da da. But yeah. So you have Pukey boy, tall boy, and then you have the spitters.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they call them sleepers, or those pod bastards.
Oh, they're horrible.
The pod bastards are what I call them, strictly because you don't notice it right away. Your character might say some shit about it.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, I think they're sleepers. Oh, there's some sleepers around here. And then you round a corner, and then all of a sudden, this fucking thing that's like mounted on the wall, and it's like, all right, cool, it's on me. I can't get the thing off me. And I guess the same thing with the spitters. So Reaper, when he played it, he said that there was a button he hit that showed up that said like hold whatever, like hold, we'll just say X, hold X to break out. On PC, I don't see a prompt to like hold a button to break out, because I was like, how the fuck did you break out of the spitter thing? Because like, as far as I'm aware, you can't solo. Like solo, you're just kind of fucked. Like, or on PC at least, I'm like, I'm just stuck in that shit till you get me out. Till you like run over there and like stab the web.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like, and that like brings on a point. And like, again, it's just a beta. Like, I know this. Well, I hope this will be fixed. Those bots are fucking dreadful. Those bots, like the bots in Left 4 Dead were bad. These are somehow worse. Like the bots in Left 4 Dead were useless. They never did anything. They literally just they shot at things and went on their way. Like, and that was it. And if you needed help, like you need to go somewhere else.
You know why? You know why they're the worst?
Mm-hmm.
You know why they're worse? In part 4 of Act 1, like the first 4 episodes.
Is that the church?
No, this was in the first part. So like episode 4.
Okay.
The boat, the ferry.
Yes, yes.
I was playing with 3 people. No, sorry, Chris. It was me and 2 other people. We had 1 bot. We couldn't figure out who the fuck was blowing up the big goddamn container to start the goddamn shit show. For those guys who haven't played it, what happens is you go through, you like get out of your room, you kill a bunch of people. There's a big gas container. You blow that up, it blows up a wall, and then you run across a destroyed bridge, get to the ferry, do a bunch of bullshit, blow up the ferry. Hey, we win. If you played the alpha, that was like the end of the alpha. Once you pop that, shit goes sideways. There is no standing around. Zombies are just constantly spawning. There is no slowing down. There's no catching your breath. It is just go, 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 go. We could not figure out why they kept coming or who was shooting it. We were like, all right, one of you motherfuckers shot it. And then it finally clicked in my head, hey, where's the bot go? Because does the bot shoot that fucking thing? Because, like, I'm over here and I know I didn't shoot it. You guys are over there and I know, like, you might be able to shoot it, but it'd be kind of a douchebag thing to shoot it and then lie about shooting it. Like, we're not going to boot you out of the game. Like, we're going to call you an asshole. But, like, and it was just like, it doesn't, like, whenever you die and you respawn or you continue, like, it doesn't auto-explode. Like, it doesn't start exploded, because that'd be like a shitty fucking situation where you don't even have a moment to like do anything. So I'm like, what the fuck caused it? And I was like, it's gotta be the bot. Like, the bot is the only thing that could have like do and like shoot the thing to move on to the next objective. Like, if the bot is there to like do the objectives, that's the only thing I can think of. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to it coming out.
Yep.
Like, it's Game Pass day one. Like, I was talking to C about it last night. Like, my preferred platform has always been PlayStation, and like I'm playing the beta on PlayStation.
Yep.
I will end up getting Back 4 Blood on PlayStation at some point.
Mm.
Not on day one. Like, why on earth would I get it on day one? Like, on PlayStation, it's £70. It's £70 to buy that game brand new when it is, like, for all intents and purposes, quote unquote, free on Xbox. Like, yeah. It's, I mean, I pay £10 a month for my Game Pass subscription. It's there. It's there to have. Like, it's, and I mean, there's
best. I have to whisper really loudly. It's gonna pull the mic in. But since we're sharing the mic, it's gonna be awkward.
Like, joke been going around on Twitter over the last like month or so that every video game podcast or every video game YouTube or every video game Twitch stream ends up sounding like an advert for Xbox Game Pass.
Because it's fucking good. Like, you, like, oh, we have PlayStation Plus, we get 2 free games. You still get that.
Yep.
Xbox Gold is still a thing. They're just mushed it into, like, Game Pass Ultimate, which is essentially Gold plus that. Like, oh, with my subscription, I can download 2 games a month. And those 2 games are typically games that are either old as fuck or games nobody fucking knows by name. Yeah, shocking. Guess what's on fucking Game Pass? Fucking 100 goddamn titles. I challenge anybody. Literally, I'll put 5 subs on it. To boot up Game Pass, scroll through that library, and not find at least 1 game. Possibly even, I'll say 1. Let's not get crazy, because there's some people that are just like, I only play fucking point-and-click adventure games. Who are, to not find at least a game that they would not want to download and play and put some time into. Because you got to think, right? So you have all your Xbox exclusive, Halo, Forza, things of that nature. They have a lot more. I just can't think of the top of my head. But then you also have the Bethesda titles. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Fallout 76, all of the Wolfensteins, which...
All of the Dooms.
Including, like, old Doom. Not even, like, new Doom, but, like, old Doom. Which, by the way, we still need to play Wolfenstein. What's that one called?
New Colossus? No.
Youngblood. Youngblood, there it is.
Youngblood.
We still need to do that as, like... nostalgia on the Wolfenstein.
Oh, we're having a conversation about that this evening. Like, off the pod.
We are, guys, I don't think you understand. After this, we are going to a pub, which I can't explain how happy that makes me. I cannot explain how happy it is to just be able to come in here and actually drink with this man. Not virtual, like, we gotta.
Oh yeah, it wasn't seen. There we go.
Like,
yeah, because the first nostalgia, I don't know what we're gonna call it, but the first nostalgia on the rocks playthrough, you're sherpering me through Halo before Halo Infinite.
See, now the only question is, do we go through it by release?
Oh yeah, by release. 1, 2, 3, 4, reach ODST. Wars
1, 2, 3 ODST
Horizon
1, 2, 3 1, 2, 3 ODST reach 4 5.
New Vegas.
Fuck you. We're done. Smack the camera. Done. I would do that, but this is mine, and I don't want to break it. Like, this is my camera. I don't want to. Here, I'll put the pillow there, so that way at the end I can just boom.
Yeah,
I'm out this bitch.
But like, as a pin in it, I can't wait for Back 4 Blood. I can't wait to play it. I'm looking forward to playing it for free on Xbox Game Pass. Everyone go and get Xbox Game Pass.
Well, okay, hang on. Hold on. There are some people gonna fucking want to punch you in the face for saying that.
Not for free.
Because it's not.
your monthly
subscription. That's like the Twitch Prime, which if you're not already using Twitch Prime, drop it right here on ProbablyOliver. Do it.
But part of me thinks that I feel like in 5 years' time, I'm not going to be playing Back 4 Blood. In 5 years' time, I feel like I'll still occasionally boot up Left 4 Dead. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, it is. It's like, because I can't go on enough about how Back 4 Blood is like. I can't imagine how they have not got a cease and desist from Valve for how much Back 4 Blood is just Left 4 Dead in all but name, and yet something, and I don't know what, but something is just missing slightly off the mark. I wish I knew what it was, because Back 4 Blood is brilliant. It's going to be a hit. It's going to be great. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait for the full release. But it ain't Left 4 Dead. Like,
but it ain't Left 4 Dead. You could be the greatest zombie game of 2021, but you ain't Left 4 Dead 2.
I mean, I'll be sounding like that in about 5 hours' time.
Actually, because before the game was Left 4 Dead 2
it was Left 4 Dead,
America,
and then they had to change it.
They had changed it like this for the UK, because this is a fuck you.
This means fuck off. Like,
all because of the damn French.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be at your Frenchies. Which I love how y'all are so fucking petty. That's what you do.
We hate everyone over here. We hate the French, we hate the Argentinians, we hate the Germans, we hate the Americans, we hate the Scottish. I don't think there's a country we're not feuding with.
God, it's the Willy thing from The Simpsons. Oh, it's like the Brits and the or the English and the Scots, or the Irish and the Scots, or the Scots and other Scots, the damn Scots, ruining Scotland.
It's why Trix and Reese Boy can't be in the same room together.
Yep,
Like they'll kill each other. They'll kill each other. But like to carry on with Game Pass, there's another game I've been playing on Game Pass this week, and I really wish I could say it was Hades, but it's not Hades, it's The Ascent. And let me tell you, The Ascent is the most average video game I have ever played in my life. It is I downloaded it the other day. I was like, brand new game on Game Pass. Shit, I'm gonna check it out. Oh, it's Xbox exclusive as well. I'm gonna check it out. This sounds pretty cool. I turned it on last night. I played for around about 2 hours, and my god, it is the single most boring video game I've ever played.
I love how we go from Back for Blood. It's like almost there. It's like it's missing that it's just missing that like it's there's a spice or a seasoning of some sort that is just not there. But overall, like you would still put, like, if you had to put a number, it's probably like 9.5, right? Out of 10? Black for Blood? Or would you go a little lower? Or like
an 8.5. I'd say an 8.5. Like,
okay, how dare you? It's blasphemy. Fucking smack camera. Camera smack. So like this one, you would say is like a 6?
Oh, if that. Like it's just
okay.
If Back for Blood is missing like a special ingredient that I can't quite put my finger on, the special ingredient The Ascent is missing is fun. Like it's just
oh no!
It's fine. Like it's totally competent. Like it's like a sort of like isometric, almost twin stick shootery sort of like cyberpunky, like gritty sort of like it almost.
You are saying a lot of words right now, and I'm not understanding how they coincide. It's a twin stick shootery, cyberpunky, gritty, and I'm like,
aesthetic is like cyberpunky, like aesthetic, like
okay.
All like body mods and
got it.
And then like the view of it like it almost looks like, you remember the like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, X-Men Legends games, like that kind of like sort of not top down, but like almost like cameras away, your character sort of thing, like
three-quarter.
Yeah, like the old original Fallout games. Sort of.
Yeah.
That kind of look, and like it looks pretty cool. Like the art style of it is pretty cool. Like the design of stuff is pretty cool. But it's just like I wasn't excited for it. Like, truth be told, I'd never really heard of it before. Like, but I saw it as a new game, Xbox exclusive, free on Game Pass, and I was like, sweet, I'll check that out. And like last night, because I was like, because the truth be told, I hadn't played anything other than Back Blood, and I was like, I need to add something else to this. Saw that 2 games were added to Game Pass yesterday. I downloaded both of them, and instead of playing Hades, I played The Ascent, and I have never, like, because I was like, look, everyone's talked about Hades already. Like, everyone loves Hades. Like, I'm sure I'll love it too. What more can I add to that conversation? Let's check out The Ascent instead. And holy shit, did I make the wrong decision there. That game, it's totally competent. It feels fine. Like, it works. That, like, I didn't run into it. Like, if the best thing I can say about a video game is I didn't run into a single bug, like, that's the best thing I can say about it. It
is a game
fine.
that is okay. Okay. Yeah. I get that. Now the reason I say don't try to go lower than a 5 is because when I was Alana Pierce, if you guys don't know who she is, Google her. That's the best I can say. She's done
cool lady.
She's done a lot of amazing things. She broke down IGN's rating scale.
Okay.
Of like that, like a game that is 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 is not a perfect game. It is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It is doesn't mean that it doesn't have a flaw. It doesn't mean that it's perfect in every way. It means that like this game is about as good as you can make a game, right? A 5 out of 10 is like where they put like bad games, and anything below a 5 is a broken game.
Yeah,
and that is where I was like, okay, careful on where you put this.
That is where the Ascent is. Like, there is nothing broken about it. Like, everything. Like, I played, around about 2 hours. I got to the first, like, sort of major boss. Like, killed the first mini boss, which was a cool fight. It was cool. It was alright. But, like, I just, at no point did I, like, nothing was broken about it, but at no point did I enjoy myself playing it. Like, I feel that's almost worse. Like, that's, if a game was broken, you've got that caveat, that like asterisk to like, this is like, oh, it doesn't work. That's why I'm not enjoying myself.
Kind of like it's so in the same to harp it to wrestling. Like, you want an emotion. You want to either face it one way or the other. Like, you either want people to hate you or love you. If you're just kind of like in the middle, you're kind of lost in the roster. You need to be one way or the other with it.
Yeah, the Ascent is the Al Snow of video games. It is
Al Snow. Holy shit! Ladies and gentlemen, that was a callback. I remember seeing him on like a SmackDown game way back.
Yeah, Al Snow, if you're watching, I'm really sorry.
He's watching.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
Al Snow, friend of the show.
Let's be honest now. Like, what else has Al Snow got better to do than like sit around watching YouTube videos? Like
car insurance.
Yeah, probably. Like
that actually would be funny. Snowplow business. There we go. He's gotta go. You want to clear the roads? Call Al Snow. He's just like up in like Montana and Canada, like during the winter months.
It was kind of, I can't say I was disappointed because I didn't know much about the game beforehand. Like, I just knew new Xbox game, cyberpunk aesthetic, premium Game Pass day one. That's all I knew about it. I don't think I'd even seen a single trailer for it. Like, because the reason I wanted to like bring it up, because I've not got much to say about the Ascent. I really don't. It was fine, but I wanted to like bring it up like as kind of the flip side of Game Pass, because I was going to say like, look, Game Pass is incredible because of things like Back 4 Blood coming day one. I also like the fact that this week Xbox put out an exclusive game day one on Game Pass, and it was the Ascent. Makes me worry about the fact that, like, because of Game Pass, are Xbox ever going to come out like swinging with a game that is worth like a £70 price tag? Because they're just putting it on Game Pass. Like Halo, like the Halo, not beta, whatever they called it, they gave it some stupid name. Like
okay.
Technical.
First off, slap the shit at you. Don't you dare speak ill of Halo.
No,
we're
but they
in your
did
house
give it
like
a stupid name.
They give it a weird name. We're on your channel and in your house, so I can't really like. I'll slap you. Don't you dare speak ill of. All right, but
they gave it a dumb name, but it's like, and as well, like I look back at Crackdown 3 last year, like. They sort of just shoveled out Crackdown 3 because they were like, we can put it on Game Pass.
Okay.
And that's what I worry about with Xbox, is that I want Xbox to be giving us, 10 out of 10 experiences. Again, with the Alana Pierce sort of thing. Not perfect games, but
masterpieces.
Will they? Because there doesn't seem to be an incentive to give us a game worthy of our time or money, because they can just shovel it on Game Pass. Like, that's my concern with it.
Okay. Now, to play devil's advocate, as I like to do on this channel, or show, I should say, with Game Pass doing this, right? You're worried, like, oh well, you look at a game like Crackdown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that Crackdown 3 was in development.
Of course.
It is the Duke Nukem Forever of goddamn games.
70 years, I think.
Yeah, like Duke Nukem Forever, if you guys don't know what that is. Just go ahead and look up that. Just Google that game. Don't play that fucking game. Just Google it. That game was in development, started development, I want to say in the early 2000s. worked on, scrapped, worked on, scrapped, worked on, scrapped, and it finally came out in like 2012.
Yeah,
I got that game from GameStop. Obviously, this dates it as well. Probably about 2014, 13, right? Because I remember playing Duke Nukem on like the PC, and it's just, hail to the king, baby. Like it was everything that is right and wrong with like 90s video games, right? And I say that very much like Duke Nukem is not a good character, but that's also they leaned into that.
Yeah. It was of its time.
It was of its time, and that's what all we're gonna say about that. Is no fucking hell. But Duke Nukem Forever, I got the Balls of Steel edition, aka like the Game of the Year Fancy Schmancy edition, right? For probably about, I think I paid $10 for that game. That game had been out for like under a year.
Did you feel like you'd been shortchanged by about 20 bucks at that point? Like,
I would say this much. I had more fun listening to the quotes in the options menu where it was just like, baby, you make me wish I had 3 guns. I've got balls of steel. Rest in pieces, bitch. Like the fucking Duke Nukem soundboard that was that game, which you can find online. You can just Google Duke Nukem soundboard and get all these. Just hail to the king, baby. Which, don't get me twisted, I love some Duke Nukem fucking lines.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like
there's one, and I've used this. I have this one saved, and I think I have it on my soundboard at the house. Dun dun dun. God wasted a perfectly good asshole when he put teeth in your mouth. Dun, dun, dun. And it's just like, fucking shit. Like, what the fuck?
That's a hell of a shit talk.
That's a line, and I love it so, and I don't know why it's in that game, or why it's a thing, but fuck me, is it good.
I've got a fun Duke Nukem Forever story of how I came to play that game. And it was before the time that I was kind of clued into the video game industry sort of thing. But of course I knew about Duke Nukem Forever and how long it had been in development because everyone knew. There was,
because its initials were DNF.
Yeah, exactly.
Duke Nukem Forever, or did not finish.
Yeah. It was going forever and ever and ever and ever. And then it came out, and it came out to an absolute whimper. And I remember at the time I worked in in a shitty call center, answering phones for ourselves sort of thing. And the guy that I worked with, who I was friends with, but not massive friends with by any means, walked into the office, threw a copy of Duke Nukem Forever onto my desk 2 days after it launched and went, "You can have that, it's fucking awful," and then walked off. And that's how I came into possession of Duke Nukem Forever. I played that game. I remember nothing about that game. Literally nothing about that game. Do I remember? I don't remember how it starts. I don't remember how it plays. I don't remember how it controls. I don't remember anything. I know I played it because that guy literally went, "Hey, you can have this. It's shit," and then just walked off.
There are 4 things I remember about that game.
Okay, that's 4 more than me.
The opening of that game starts with Duke Nukem fighting a big bad monster thing in a football stadium, right?
Yes, I remember the football.
So you can it was oh, this new technology. You can pick up a dry erase marker and draw on the board a plan, right? You can do that in that game. You could also pick up a turd from a toilet. I guess there's 5 technically. Third, the opening of that game, once you kill the big boss, the camera zooms out. And it's Duke Nukem playing the Duke Nukem game with these 2 twins, obviously, these twins who are like, "Oh, did you like the game?" He's like, "Yeah."
I'm sure those twins were sufficiently dressed as well.
Oh yeah, like schoolgirl outfits, only have them. But essentially, it was they make a joke in the game that the game took about 70 years to come out, Yeah, it better. It took forever to come out. Like, they make the joke at the beginning of the game. And then the only other thing I remember... Fuck, I actually remember so much more about that game. I don't know why. One of the other major things I remember is that at some point you get shrunk as like a baby Duke Nukem. Or like tiny Duke Nukem, I should say. And you drive like an RC car around in one of the maps, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing driving this around? Because that game, Duke Nukem Forever, is, to me, in the same breath that the Twisted Metal games post Twisted Metal Black were.
Okay.
Where they had an IP from the 90s that did well, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Duke Nukem is a thing. Like, you cannot sit here and say that Duke Nukem was not a thing. It is not a part of the video game history.
Yeah, Duke Nukem still has a level of infamy.
Yeah, there is a name. Like, when you say Duke Nukem, people know who that is. It's not like a what? It's like Master Chief. Even like Nathan Drake or Uncharted, I guess. But you can say like Uncharted, Lara Croft. Yeah, Duke Nukem is still in that like characters that you know.
He's in the video game character Hall of Fame. Like,
yeah.
Maybe Hall of Infamy. Like it's
like it's still a like you know that design.
Yeah,
you see that like you see Crash Bandicoot's design, like that's Crash Bandicoot. You see that like that's fucking Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Like it's Ryu, it's fucking Jin from Tekken. Like you know what they look like. Duke Nukem is just like 80s douchey a military guy.
Yeah.
American military guy, where it's just like flat top, tight red shirt, aviator sunglasses.
Yeah.
You're like, yep. You know, cigar, depending on the situation. But like, and in that same breath, Twisted Metal is the same way for me. Because like I forget what the fuck they called it, but they put out a new Twisted Metal game. Like a couple years back, probably close to almost a decade ago now. But it was like just a new Twisted Metal game.
Yeah, I think it was one of the. It was. I think
it had like live action cutscenes.
Yeah, I know the game is over.
It was so bad. I hated it so much because it lost everything that was Twisted Metal, and you had like 3 storylines you could go through as like these 3 different characters, and it was just bad. It was so bad.
I think that happened a lot. Like sort of like I don't think it happens as much now. I think for the most part, video game companies know sort of when it's over, when the ride is over. Like because if the games that were being made now were being made 10 or like even 10 years ago. Like we would have got a Last of Us kart racer at some point. Like it would have happened. And I think now kind of companies sort of realize what video game characters can be and can mean, sort of thing. Because I mean, even Uncharted wasn't wasn't innocent of it. Like there was an Uncharted fucking trading card game released on the Vita, like which you know, did anyone ever play? Like, did anyone have any interest in? No.
PlayStation All-Stars.
Exactly. Like it's kind of.
It is Smash Brothers, the PlayStation skin that did not do well.
No, it did not.
But I digress. It's when you get into this kind of shit. Yeah, like there are companies. I don't want to say have a bit of integrity to them because that I don't know if that's the right term, but they're not as. I feel like cash grabby is the way to go with that one. Because very much Mortal Kombat, there was a kart racer minigame in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, I want to say.
It was. Yeah, I remember.
And the bad thing was, it wasn't actually that bad when you consider it was inside of a fighting game.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is like silly kind of like silly mini games, like for lack of a better term, like in mainline games. Fine, I'm cool with it, especially with something like Mortal Kombat, because Mortal Kombat is inherently silly and gets that it's inherently silly.
Yeah, you can you can make Liu Kang story as crazy and awesome as you want to. You can make Johnny Cage a sympathetic character, which I applaud you guys for doing, because like writing those characters, writing storylines for the most generic bullshit characters I have ever fucking heard of. Let's be real right now.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
There are 7 ninjas in that game that were just color coded that y'all motherfuckers came up with stories for. This green one, fucking yellow one, we'll call him Scorpion. We'll give him a dagger thing. What's the blue one? Ice. What's the red one? He has souls. All right, green one. He's actually a reptile. Okay. What about the black one? He's the shadow. Fuck me. What's another color? Purple. Rain. Give me like. And the bad thing is, every one that I just named is a character. I can't remember what the fuck the red one's actual name is, but it's like M Bark or M. It's EM something. It's something with an E. Regardless, fucking reptile is best. No. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't played fucking Mortal Kombat in a hot minute.
No, yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Somebody Google it.
Yeah.
YouTube, put it in the comments. You know what it is in YouTube, put it in the comments. But yeah, so we got, but that's what I mean. Like when it's like a little like minigame add-on, that's one thing. But yeah, like if you were to choose Ermac. There it is.
Thank you,
Chat, I hope you got that in YouTube. You had to do it beforehand.
Yeah.
If you did it after fact, I still love you for putting a comment in. But still, it's just, yeah, I get it. Like if you dial that clock back, like yeah, like there was a lot more gimmicky titles. I'll say is what I'll give that. It was a lot more gimmicky in that regard. Versus now, where you still have those, but they're not as, I guess, on the nose with it. And but what I mean by that is like the fact that you just have like a battle royale for fucking everything, but it's still like, okay, it's a battle royale, you know, whatever. You know, the fact that Fortnite has every damn person that you can think of. I'm waiting for Nathan Drake. I'm waiting for Crash Bandicoot, or obviously Spyro can't, but like Crash in Fortnite, I'm gonna be real with you, would actually be pretty fucking funny to see.
I'm still waiting for Crash and Smash Bros. So
I don't. Here's the only reason why I think they're not gonna show up in Fortnite is because of Activision. Because Activision owns Crash Bandicoot, therefore they're not gonna do it. So it's gonna be one of those fucking things. Yeah. But it is gonna be one of those like you can't do the what's the word I want? Like, some of them aren't going to cross-pollinate in that way. But in Smash Bros, we got Banjo, which is like an Xbox rare thing.
I mean, we got fucking everyone. We got fucking Joker in Smash. We got Sephiroth in Smash.
No. We got the fucking Tekken guy. I can't even remember who the fuck that dude's name is right now. Because, fucking, we got him. We have 4, technically, legitimate fighting game characters. Ryu, Ken, the fucking dude, Terry?
Yep, Terry, yep.
Terry, and now this motherfucker.
Yep.
We have 4 actual fighting game characters in Smash Bros. Sure, throw Crash in there. We got Banjo. Give me Master Chief. We got Snake. Give me Master Chief, all right?
The one I was always hoping for that it doesn't seem like it's coming to fruition. Like Sakurai has said, there is only literally like one more character to be announced, sort of thing. But wow, we didn't get Doom Guy.
Oh my god, I want Doom Guy.
Such a perfect match for Smash.
Mostly because I just want him and Isabella to have her introduce him.
Exactly.
Like, everybody's there and everybody's fighting, and then like they're talking. She's like, "I know a guy."
But not even that.
And then him answer a call like, just like holding a pinky by the throat, and just be like, "Hello." Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm on my way. But have him talk in like the Animal Crossing voice. Just for no other fucking reason, because I don't know if he's ever talked in the Doom games, but like I just want him to just be like he speaks it, like him and Isabella are friends. Just be like, "Yeah, I got you," and then he hangs up the phone, like, and then goes to the thing. It's just like, just the Doom guy music kicks in because you have all the guns that you already have.
Yeah.
You have like the stab thing. You can do the flamethrower thing, and then his super. It's the BFG. Why would you not? Do we just become best friends? You're fucking. Yeah. We can do that because we're sitting next to each other.
But even if it wasn't that, it would like the intro would be like Doom guy gets the call to come to Smash, and he comes and he kills Mario, and he kills Luigi, and he kills Link, and he kills Marth, and he kills and then he sees Isabelle. They just have a hug, and they just
high five, and they just have
a lovely
or
moment.
better yet, like they're doing that shit. He tosses the shotgun to her, and she just like boom, like the fucking
rip and tear,
rip and
until
tear.
it is done.
Like the fucking meme where it was just like, how did Isabella get so good at this? Oh, she had practice, and it was like her with the saw off and just like shooting and like tumbling backwards with the saw off. Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
How long have we been going?
120.
120. All right, well, see, we got plenty of time. We got like another 2 hours to go. Or until she starts banging on the wall saying, "Hey, let's go. Uber's here. Get in and like wrap it up."
Wait, why is my fiance from the Bronx as part of it?
Why?
Uber's here.
Because she doesn't want to know. She doesn't need people to know what she actually sounds like. The Nostalgia on the Rocks unit. We could like, we were gonna have her in here for the third chair, but for literal spacing reasons, it would just be awkward.
Well, she said she couldn't do it because Rumble Pack was gonna do it, and then he didn't.
And then he didn't show up because once again, you cannot drive to England from America. I tried to say that to him, and he said, "Nah, I got it." He said, I believe his exact words were "fucking big bets," and then fucking sent it. So,
should we like again? Because I realized that like an hour and 20 into this that I am the chair of this. I am the one who keeps control, and I've not at all. I've gone like, fuck it, let's just.
Because you're used to me having to do it. You've gotten so used to your friendly neighborhood Paul having to guide this ship, captaining us to like keep us on a relative path, and now you're just like, oh shit, that's me. You're the guy who just like. You're the guy who's like, here's the phone ringing. He's like, why is someone answering the phone? Like, there's somebody. Oh shit, that's me. Hi. Yeah. What? Yeah, I know the phone's been ringing for a minute and a half. I'm so sorry.
So, like, we very hastily talk. Like, typically inside baseball for chat right now. Like every
or
week
inside cricket for our.
Or inside cricket because Batchild is here. You son of a bitch. Like. When we've got like a third chair, when we've got a guest, like we send them over like a doc, like on Google Docs, and like they're able to like add stuff to it, and we have like a
question or a topic of the show.
Yeah, we have a structure. It might not ever stick to that structure. I don't think it ever has, which no. I hope it never does.
We have ever here. Realistically, it is intro.
Mm-hmm.
The guest introduces themselves, what we're drinking, what we're playing, question of the show. And then we normally have like a last call is what we call it. Like another question that we have never. No. We had it one time. God, I think it was Will maybe. Because I think he really wanted to answer the question.
Yes.
We had one person do that. And that was strictly, that other question is there in case like we literally need to pad time. We have never in the history of Nostalgia on the Rocks needed to pad time.
Yeah.
Because we just don't.
Never will. Like I love.
I hope we never will.
But but for this week we had no doc. Like because like technically this is not a week that we do the show.
No.
Next week is our next show.
Yeah, next week is technically our next show, which we need to get a guest for.
I've got one.
Never mind. Oliver's already got the guest. I gotta do that. That's what I love. Because we also trade off guests, which is fucking. I love it because that just means I ain't got to do it all the time, and neither does he.
Yeah, like so we don't have a doc for this show, and like literally like just before like we went live, we went, oh what are we going to talk about? And then me and Paul had like a chat, and like so myself and Paul and many other people in this community, not everyone in this community, but like a lot of people in this community know a thing called Kind of Funny Games, and like we like one of the major reasons why I stream and why I have like decided to go on this sort of journey is because I've been inspired by Kind of Funny, and I know you're the same, and like the likes of and people have become their own entity not based on that, but like thanks to, or in part thanks to, like that kind of community. People like MC Fixer, who is like absolutely fucking slayed it, especially in the last year. Like, especially not even the last year, the last 6 months.
He's
nailed it.
Partner.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's
I had never been. I started following Fix 2018. New Year's 2018. Started following him on Twitter once, like you had described earlier. Twitch was a place to watch Kind of Funny. It was not. I never watched anything. I didn't even. Here's what's so fucked up about it. I was subscribed to Kind of Funny for like a solid 6 months on Twitch without actually watching anything on Twitch.
I exactly the same. I think like because I don't watch anything on Twitch.
No, I wasn't even watching them. Yeah. I literally subbed because they had talked about it on the YouTube channel, and I'd gone over to the Twitch, subbed, and never thought about it. And then every now and again, I'd hopped in there, and I was like, how have I been watching for this long? And I was like, oh, there's a list of people that have been like, 2, almost 3 years on. And then Kind of Funny, it's like almost 3.5, 4 years. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I subbed to them way before I was actually watching.
Like, yeah, I similar story. Like, I mean, because I always used to use my Prime sub. Like, I've had Amazon Prime for 100 years at this point, and like as soon as I knew of Kind of Funny, I was subbing to them. And so like, I don't sub to them month by month, but I used to use my Prime sub every month, and it's the kind of thing like I've been subbed to Kind of Funny for 40 months, and yet I barely watch them. And it's like, because for me, like, and I know you are like also sort of the same. Like, I didn't really want to like make part of my persona. I was a Kind of Funny fan. I didn't want that to be part of my persona. I wanted it to be separate. Like, and so I never mention it on like my stream or anything. And like I know you barely do as well. But like a lot of the people that I know that we have like mutually in common, like mutual friends sort of thing, have come from that sort of network of people.
Now, bear in mind, that's not because, well, I'm not going to speak for you, but like, that's not because I don't love Kind of Funny. It's not because I don't enjoy their content. Yep. It's mostly because I don't want that to be the defining feature.
I'm exactly
in the same way.
Exactly.
You mean to tell me he's tall? That's not the big fucking arm. He's tall. Bringing it right back around. This is what live podcasting can do. In the same way that, like, I don't want it to be like, oh, he's a Kind of Funny best friend to be my only thing. It's like, even though Hawaiian shirts are like kind of the joking thing, well, not even a joke, is the thing that a lot of people attribute to me to. Like, there are, I would say a lot of people, like, when you think FNHPaul is Hawaiian shirts, drinking, which I want to get away from, but also don't in a weird way.
It's hard to get away from, isn't it? It's hard to get away from, folks. It's
mostly like health reasons wise. Like, that's why, like, full disclosure, on my channel, I used to do shots all the fucking time for like every fucking thing. Like, literally, like subs, raids. Like, there was a channel point redemption for shots. I had to stop doing it because literally I was like, I was buying like the cheap liquor, but at the same time it's like I burned through in 1 month, which goes to show how often I was drinking and how generous the communities can be. I burned through an entire bottle of Fireball. Now, this was not like little bottles. This wasn't even a liter bottle. This was a 175. I had gone through a 175 liter bottle of fucking Fireball in a month.
That's a fucking magnum. That's a magnum of Fireball.
That was, now bear in mind, this was 2020 with quarantine, and I was working COVID shifts, so I was like week on, week off thing, right? So like my week on, I would only have 3. My week off, it kind of just kept going to the point where there were people in my community, some very lovely people who I hold a very high regard, and I appreciate them very much, who reached out to me and was like, "Hey, man, I know you do this thing. I know it's for a bit, but like, it might want like I'm kind of worried because like there'd be people who I would never turn down. Obviously, like I would never turn down like gifted subs or be like, oh yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Like no, I'm like every time a sub is gifted, I'm blown away because like when you resub to somebody on Twitch, it's always like, oh, that person still likes the content. They're not just here watching it; they're actively supporting it. But when they're gifting a sub, that to me is like another level. Because not only do they enjoy it, not only are they wanting to support it, they want other people to support it as well. Because like I won't lie, when I get gifted a sub, like I'm more obliged to watch that channel. Like I have more because like even a channel that I may not watch all the time, if I'm gifted a sub to it, I'm like, okay, well, obviously this person does something good enough for other people to want to drive other people there.
I've met some of the best people that I've met through streaming have been because like I jumped into their channel for 2 minutes during a raid, and then a month later I got gifted a sub, and I went, oh, I'll go check them out for 10 minutes, and there's a couple of people who are on the list as far as guests are concerned onto this channel because
that list is so fucking long, by the way.
Yeah, one who has been on the list for like a long time, and like she's doing a 12-hour birthday stream literally right now. We're gonna raid her at the end of this stream. Like I know her because I got gifted a sub because we were both part of the same community. She streamed, and I went, oh, I'll follow you. And then, like, I got gifted a sub and I've become friends with her.
I love how that's like, I'll follow you.
I'll follow you, yeah, I'll follow you. I'll probably never watch, but I'll follow you. And that's, like, how it began, sort of thing. Like, and now, like, you know, she is one of my favorite people on Twitch. She is, like, one of the favorite people that I've met, like, through this journey in the last, like, year, 18 months or so, however long it's been. It's I don't know what I've been saying. Femel. Like, if you're already following Femel, go and follow Femel.
I was just like verifying. I was like, do I know who this is? Or I was like, oh yeah, she's great. Who the fuck are we talking about? All right, yeah, okay, I know who she is.
But yeah, like that has been like sort
of. She hasn't paid us. She doesn't get to get promoted on the YouTube channel. Future whoever editing that, cut that. YouTube. You act like I edit that hard, man. Like the fact that I remember to cut out shit to begin with and put in there, it was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. The fact that that's how I edit it is literally just a 5-second thing with the FNHPaul censor across the screen.
But yeah, like I like for me, like to get back to the original point I was making, like it's like kind of I didn't want to make kind of funny my like defining feature.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy for anything else to be my defining feature. I didn't want that to be because it's like I always feel that sort of comes off as a bit disingenuous and a bit clingy on sort of thing. But it's not. Like I mean, but like the reason I wanted to talk about this on this show is that like I don't think even Paul was aware of this beforehand. Is that so? For me, the reason I got into Twitch and the reason I got into streaming was because of Kind of Funny. Big fan of those. If we can get a shout out to Kind of Funny, but like for some reason,
I'm okay. Let's just break this down, right? Whether we're talking about on your Twitch channel, which is where we're streaming this today, or the YouTube channel, which has got under 100. I don't think the kind of funny games or what have you is like necessarily going to need the boost.
They'll be chuffed with it.
They'll be like, oh my god, we got shouted out on Nostalgia on the Rocks. Oh my god, we made it.
Probably Oliver knows us.
Greg is gonna be like, Jen. Yeah. I know the baby is super important right now, but did you know that Probably Oliver and FNHPaul brought us up on Nostalgia on the Rocks? Snowbike Mike is going to be over the moon. Like, Bro, they talked about it on Nostalgia on the Rocks. Nick is gonna be in the middle of a stand-up set and get the notification on his phone like, guys, I can't do it. Kev, I don't even know what Kevin's gonna go. Tim is just gonna throw his hat and break another one of Andy's computers. They're not even in the studio yet. He's gonna do it. He's gonna whip it from his house.
His brimless.
No, Tim doesn't have. This scotch is good. This scotch, I want y'all to know, we opened this bottle on stream. Well, off stream, but like today, and we're halfway through it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that C is here to handle, well, at least you,
at
least, because my God, she.
But like,
all I can do is just smile at the camera for that one. God damn it.
But like, so before I started streaming, I think before you started streaming, or like around the time that you started, like we're talking, you know, kind of funny meet and greet. Were you affiliate yet? Like, was?
Yeah, I was affiliate.
But still early days.
Hang on. So
like, still like.
Well, it's twofold.
Like, how many followers did you have when the kind of funny meet and greet happened?
Are we talking the kind of funny world tour? Or are we talking the RTX?
No, the world tour, the London.
So the
London
world tour, I had been an affiliate for. Because it happened, what, September?
November 19.
So November of 19, I think I was sitting at under 500 followers. Which,
so you were still...
To put it in perspective, I'm sitting about I think about 1170. 1170, which the 2021 goal is 1500, and I don't know if I'm going to hit that, but, we'll see what happens. I just need that one good stream, that one SPAC, that one good game. Anyway, but yeah, like I was under 5. I think I was ballpark 5. We'll just say.
There's still, quote unquote, small fry.
In my infancy.
Absolutely.
A fucking micro streamer, as I heard somebody say. I was like, fuck off with your like. Well, you see, we're not. Don't call yourself a small streamer. You're a micro streamer. You're a dead. I'm like, is that a compliment, or are you trying to like insult me here?
But yeah, like, and like this, basically met myself and Paul. Both of us, big kind of funny fans. We went to this meet and greet, 2019. Before I had started streaming, before I had ever watched a single second of Twitch other than kind of funny itself. Paul was there, dressed as a man called Shirtless Spider-Man, which is a in joke for kind of funny itself.
You want to talk about a fucking deep cut? Like you want to talk about some deep cuts?
Yeah. So
anybody who's played the 2018 Spider-Man?
No, yeah.
So Spider-Man 2018, this Spider-Man. We'll just go with that because whatever. So you had Spider-Man, and in leading up to Spider-Man, Greg Miller, aka one of the faces, one of the former IGN, yada yada yada. If you don't know who he is, just Google that shit. I can't go over his accolades. But long story short, he had come up with this joking character of Shirtless Spider-Man because Greg Miller loves taking his shirt off at any and all opportunities. So he's Shirtless Spider-Man. Greg Miller is Shirtless Spider-Man's photographer in the same way that Peter Parker is Spider-Man's photographer. Very bad cover story. And so
it's a dumb bit. It's a very dumb bit. It's a very
and so
dumb bit.
Greg Miller became Shirtless Spider-Man. He was doing all these bits leading up to the game to the point that Insomniac put him in the game in the Halloween episode. You walk past him in the Halloween part of the game, like the Halloween party. You walk past him and he's like commenting on your costume, and it's the Spider-Man mask, shirtless, gray pants, and some Chuck Taylors or Chuck Taylor inspired shoes. Nondescript canvas flat-soled shoes. And he's like, doing this shit. So Shirtless Spider-Man is in that game. And so, because of that, I dressed up as Shirtless Spider-Man for the RTX of 2018. And more importantly, I also, for some reason, redid that character for the Kind of Funny World Tour meet and greet at 2019 because I wanted Greg to try to. I was hoping I could get them to remember me because I DM'd Tim Geddes because Greg was like locked or not locked, but he was like you couldn't message him unless you guys were both following each other.
Yeah.
Tim, I could, and I messaged him after RTX because I had gotten I got brought up on stage.
Yep.
During the Let's Play, during not only Kind of Funny panel, but the Let's Play panel. Like the Let's Play panel, Greg called me up on the stage to take a photo of me, and Tim took a photo of him taking a photo of me, which was the fucking, like, of my life. And so that happened, and so I was like, all right, Kind of Funny World Tour, I gotta bring it back.
Yeah.
I still have the Spider-Man mask from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 because that was the one I could buy. I bought that mask a week before RTX London in 2018. And the only reason I did was because it was an Amazon Prime thing and get there the next day. So I was like, send it. And then because of this, like I had worn it to the Kind of Funny World Tour just so that way I could hope that like they would remember me, right? Mm-hmm. Very selfish, very kind of like but at the same time, it's a Kind of Funny joke. We're surrounded by kind of funny best friends. They would understand this joke. They would get this reference. It's not like I was doing something that was Achievement Hunter related or Funhouse related or anything. It was like, this is a Kind of Funny in joke.
Yeah.
And especially because it was London based. So I was like the London kind of like the London shirtless Spider-Man, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And this is like to kind of call out the episode, to like sort of like end the episode on this sort of holy shit, what a coincidence sort of thing. This was taken November 19, 9 months before I properly started streaming, shortly after you had started streaming, and yet now we are here sitting in this room together, one-on-one, in person, as not just co-hosts of Nostalgia on the Rocks. I've not got anything to clink with, so give me 1 second.
Yeah, you gotta like fill it all the way up, but you know.
Not just co-hosts of Nostalgia on the Rocks, not just fellow Twitch streamers, not just fellow Kind of Funny best friends, but I would say as fellow friends ourselves.
Hang on, we get. Oh wait, no, we are.
Yeah, there we go. As I would consider you a friend myself. Here is me, and shirtless Spider-Man, aka your friendly neighborhood Paul. Kind of Funny 2019. Look at that full fucking goatee. Look at that fucking barrel fucking chest right there. And if that isn't enough to prove that is FNHPaul himself, he still has.
So, out of sheer coincidence, I shit you not. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you know my personal life, you know what's happening in my personal life. I have been going through some life changes recently, so I've been essentially clearing out a lot of shit in my house. I found a bag that I haven't used in well over a year. Well over almost 2 years, right? Mm-hmm. Haven't, like, it's one of the, just small drawstring bag. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to put it on the couch. Put it over here on the box, which is also why I brought the box over here. Set the drink down on the couch, which is, like, hidden by the mic, but it's very much like, I feel like as much as Oliver would hate me for it, C would stab me. She'd be like,
no, other way around. Other way around.
She wouldn't like when you would stab me?
C leaves her, like, right, we are sitting on a little sofa here. There we go. There is my sofa.
I felt fucked up. My camera.
Will leave her mug of tea or mug of coffee resting on this sofa like that, and I will not fucking have it.
That is a soft surface that can move.
That's
so. Out of sheer coincidence, I grabbed this bag just because I brought my camera, I brought my mic. I was like, because obviously we're doing this here, so I was like, all right, let me bring my gear so that way we can, try to make this as nice as possible. in that bag that I have not touched in almost 2 years, I find this little guy, which is going to be difficult to see, but it's the kind of funny name tags that they had,
Like,
which
my name
is
Paul at FNHPaul. Twitch does at FNH_Paul.
yeah. So
Twitch.tv
it's my
/
name,
FNHPaul.
my Twitter handle, and my Twitch handle or my Twitch URL because that is what we needed to. Because at the time it was like, hey, put your name, but also put like your Twitter name or something because a lot of people may know you as your online persona.
Yeah.
Now, because I was also shirtless Spider-Man, I also have this
Yeah!
that was drawn or done by the immaculate Nerf Alice, the London shirtless Spider-Man.
Nerf Alice is our guest next week.
No shit. Oh my! I can't wait to talk to her. She's drawing your D&D character. I can't fucking wait. But yeah, so like this whole fucking thing, right? Is because like, and this was a full coincidence. I did not tell Oliver that I was bringing this bag. I didn't know it was. I saw it when I was putting my cables in the bag, and I hadn't even like put two and two together. That it was like, oh yeah, this thing. Because I honestly forgot that I had met Oliver there. So this isn't the first time that we have met, but this is the first time that you have seen my face and actually put two and two together. That, oh, that's Paul, not just, oh, that's another kind of funny guy over there.
Yeah. Again, but as well, like you probably wouldn't remember because that was at the time when I was pretending that I could do a full goatee instead of just a.
It wasn't even that. It was the fact that I had a fucking mask on, so I had no fucking idea who anybody was. Like, I think I also met Joe Medforce there. There was like probably about a dozen people that I met there who I didn't already know. There are people who have photos of me. Correction, have photos of my torso that I don't know who they are, or I didn't know who they were at the time. Echo Chloe has a photo of me with. She has a photo of my torso with her doing like this, I was. Oh my god!
There is like. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get a little inside with it, but like, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very special Nostalgia on the Rocks. Also, probably one of the most incomprehensible Nostalgia on the Rocks because we have gone from A to B to M to D to C to Z.
We were supposed to go to A to B. We went A to 6 to B. Why there is 6 there, we don't know, but we're there.
But this has been a beautiful time. Thank you all for hanging out with us this evening. You are all incredible human beings. This has been Nostalgia on the Rocks. In the meantime, I'm going to sign this off in the way in which I sign things off. In the meantime, tell someone you love that you love them. I have been Probably Oliver. This has been my co-host, the friendly neighborhood Paul. Myself and Paul are going to go for a beer right now. We're going to continue this conversation. It's going to be incredible.
And food. I need
food. Definitely food. Definitely
I need some sort of grain to absorb some of this fantastic scotch.
But thank you very much for joining us today. We will see you again next week. Until then.
Have a good one. Stay safe. And thank you so much for your time. We got cheers, motherfucker.
Nothing to cheers, but we will.
You bitch!
All right, okay.
I did not. We got a 20. We're keeping this in the episode too.
We are.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we're clear.
149.50.
Well, you're gonna be highlighting. You gotta highlight it and then just send it out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here. Legitimately.
One thing, like, because I didn't want to not on the show itself, but Sephi Glitch asked a pretty decent question.
What's the question?
And like, I totally get it. I'm sure you do as well. So how do you deal with the personal guilt, parentheses, if you have it, for not having the time to spend time in other streamers' streams to hang out with communities? Like, for me, like I do and I don't have that guilt. Like there is a very like strict sort of like time frame in which I am able to like hang out in Twitch streams, and it's typically like for myself here in the UK, like UK time, like it's the mornings and like early afternoons that I've got the time to hang out, like, and actually like be an active member, like, and like I know like me and you have become like friends like over the last year. I I don't have the time to like hang out in your Twitch chat because we have conflicting schedules, and like the evenings that you are streaming, it's like, oh, those are my evenings to avoid Twitch as much as humanly possible.
Those are your times to spend with your better half.
Exactly, and it's like I don't have any guilt towards that. Like it sucks. It sucks that I don't have that time. Like it sucks that there aren't, 48 hours in a day sort of thing. I wish there were, like, but there isn't. Like, and I don't have that guilt. It's like I like for me, it's like a case of like if you have the funds to do so, like subscribe to your friends. Like give them that sort of like, hey, I can't be here, but here's a couple of dollars a month sort of thing, like to help you out. Like, but like, I mean, I know like again, like to speak like candidly, me and yourself sort of thing. Like, I know you're not sitting there streaming going, oh man, probably Oliver isn't here. Like, it's kind of like
doing it.
I just can't do it.
It's finally come out.
You're not sitting there like going like, oh, that's a sucky like.
Yeah,
You're streaming like you like, and when I pop in and like I do get a chance to pop in and like I might spend 5 minutes there, I might spend an hour there, I might spend 20 seconds there, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're appreciative of that because you understand, and it's like I'm the same. It's like, like I've got like sort of like my like everyone's got their like active community of people that they know are going to be there from start to finish no matter what, and then other people who are going to pop in for like 5 minutes. Like I don't value the people who are there for all the time more than the people who are there for 10 seconds of the time more than the people who are there once in every 10 streams sort of thing. I value everyone the same. Everyone who gives the opportunity to like just hang out for like, every now and then, they're awesome. Like I love that. Like
for me personally,
you hate the fact I'm not there.
I hide it.
Out,
I hide
like,
it. It's a struggle on a daily basis. But as far as like me personally, with like our friends, our community, our fellow streamers that we may fuck around with, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are times where I will lurk on people without actually putting anything in their chat first.
Yeah.
I feel like some people would be shocked that I'm actually watching them. Bilby, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not always in his chat, but typically speaking, if I'm not streaming and he's live, I'll throw up a lurk. Same thing with Lady Macbeth. Same thing with Miss Envy, Miss Rattle, Fuzzy Naval, Hellsman Gaming, Miss Gore Gadget, GG.
Yeah.
Like, all these people, I might throw up a lurk for, but not necessarily be in chat for. Now, this is due to a multitude of reasons. Sometimes I might be working on something. Sometimes I don't know, like, the proper way to say this or the proper way to put this. If I sit down and start talking in somebody's chat, what I had planned for the rest of my night fucking disappears. Yeah. Like, I have fucked up so many times because I have sat down. Miss GG is perfect, or GG is perfect example for this, right? I have had plans and goals in mind for what I was going to do that night, early morning, whatever, when GG's live, right? She's playing Fall Guys. She's like, yeah, if you want to hop in. And I'm like, fuck, I got a little time. Next thing I know, I'm there for like 2 fucking hours playing goddamn Fall Guys with her. Having a good time, enjoying it, but everything that I had planned between dishes, laundry, any sort of adulting, as gross as that is to say, didn't get done. Which then affects my life on the other side of the camera. So there are times where, on even nights where I don't stream, I might pop into somebody's chat, I might chat it up a little bit, but I make sure that I'm like, okay, I'm here, lurk, I'm gone. And then I might throw up a couple tabs on some other people, and then I actively make sure I turn my monitors off. Turn my monitors off, turn the light off in my office, and I walk away and go and try to do those things I need to do. Because even though I can't be there for those streams or I can't be active in those chats, which does help out a lot. Like as much as lurkers make the world go round, having people active in the chat helps out so much when it comes to streaming, especially depending on the game you're playing. You know, if you're playing a single player RPG, you know, you may not necessarily be that big into chat. Same thing if you're in like a big heavy set multiplayer game where you're like fucking laser focused on the game to try to get that sweet nasty dub.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at least I try my best to be there as much as I can for as many people as I can. But at the same time, we all can't be avenged and have 85 tabs open at one given time. She's an odd one in that regard. And so I
love you, avenged.
Yeah, we love you very much. She's the sword maiden. She'll cut us down if we fuck it up. She's like, she would turn our communities against us so fast. So fast. Same thing with Trix. Trix would like, if Trix ever wanted to just wake up and choose violence.
I've never been more scared of anyone than I've been scared of Trix.
Like, Trix could just wake up and choose violence one day. And there's a lot of us who would go down.
I love Trix to the ends of the world. I would do anything. I am terrified of Trix.
Okay, so to put this in perspective for everybody, I leave the UK April of 2022. So like April of next year is when I'm leaving the UK as per Uncle Sam.
I am waking up on Japan time to
I don't know. That's the thing. I might end up in Japan, which would be dope. I might end up back in America, which would also be cool. But regardless, I want to do something to get as many people together as I can. So getting you, Fixer. Well, actually, I've already talked to Fix. Me and Fix have talked about doing some shit in London for like for a pseudo going away, which would just be fucking ridiculous. But I think I would love to do something to get as many people as we can. You know, between me, you, Fix, Joe, Redon, Trix, Nerf Alice. I don't know where the fuck we'd be able to do it. We'd probably have to do London just because.
10 minutes for me.
Well, it's 10 minutes for you. It's like an hour. It's an hour. It's close to 3 hours for me just because I gotta like drive and then get a train and regardless.
London's good for me.
But it's one of those things where it's like I want to do something to do one last big, you know, like hurrah kind of thing. Yeah. And I forgot where I was going with this statement. I'm a little buzzed. But regardless, we're in this. Dude, you knocked out like half that bottle of scotch. All right? That is half. That is halfway through there. And I haven't eaten anything since 8 a.m. And it is fucking 7. I haven't had anything in 11 hours. I can still math. I haven't had food in 11 hours.
Like, the final thought on it, yeah. Sephi, like, I know you asked, like, you never need to feel guilty about, like, not...
Yeah,
like, if people are getting fucky with you about the fact that, you didn't turn up my stream, fuck them. Like...
That's... Okay, so that's some, like... Sorry, I'm gonna take the rock back.
Go for it.
If somebody is actively criticizing you for not being in their chat for certain times, whether it be like, oh, you weren't in there for this stream, or oh, I was doing a special stream and you weren't there. Fuck that person.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm doing, so September 26th, I'm going to promote my own shit on your channel. Sorry, I love you. September 26th, I'm doing a stream for Stack Up, right? So Stack Up September is happening all the month of September. But on September 26th is going to be the big stream. That is going to be where we have the, we're going to be playing Halo 3 ODST. We're going to be playing a bunch of other games. It is a 12-hour stream that can extend up to 24 hours, depending on how much money we raise in the month of September. If you can't make it for that stream, that is okay. if I'm doing a stream, a special stream, you know, a charity, what have you, or if I'm just like, oh, it's a fucking, I'm playing some game that I've never played before, definitely want to come check it out, and you can't make it, that's fine. Because I understand that it's a little thing called life fucking happens. And so, like, I can't get mad at you, or at least let me rephrase this. It is not right for me to get mad at you for missing a stream. Life happens. You may have to work. You may just have other shit to do. Very similar to what I said about how I might pull up tabs or pull up streams and then have to leave. It could be a very similar thing of where you just have to go adult. Like, you have to take care of yourself. And if somebody is giving you flack, like, oh, you weren't there for this stream, or oh, you weren't active in chat, or oh, I needed you there, like, explain to them that, hey, as much as I love you, as much as I love your content, as much as I love being there, I can't always be there. And if they are unwilling or simply unable to accept that, you might want to cut ties with that person. Because, like, fuck that. Like, as much as I love our community, like, if somebody was like, oh, Paul, you weren't there for that stream, or oh, you weren't there for, like, this bit or whatever, I'm sorry, like, I got shit going on. Like, I'm an active duty United States Air Force helicopter mechanic. I'm not going to be there all the time. Uncle Sam could call me, hopefully not right now because I'm drunk as fuck. But, like, Uncle Sam could call me tomorrow morning and be like, hey, I need you on base in 3 hours. And I'd be like, yes, sir, on my way. And I would drive my happy ass to work and be ready to rock and roll. And so if somebody can't understand that, like, hey, sometimes life happens and life gets in the way between work, your relationships outside of Twitch, or just, you know, fucking, you just need some you time, then honestly, fuck that person.
Yeah.
Like, and if Oliver ever does it, you know, fuck Oliver. And if I ever do it, fuck me. And not like in a fun way. Like, you can just, like, cut ties. I'm not gonna hold it against you, because that's a shitty thing to do.
Like, yeah, like for me, like, final thought on it, sort of thing. Like, I'm a Twitch streamer. That's a small facet of who I am. Like, I'm also a fiance. I'm also a son. I'm also a brother. I'm also a friend. Like, and I've got other shit going on in my life. Like, granted, like, if I ever have a spare moment, I will be in the people who I love's stream, sort of thing. Like, I'll be there. Like, but if I don't have a spare moment, I won't be there. Like, and if you're not there, like, if you are not in someone's stream, and if you are not there, like, when, like, for that sort of thing, and that person holds it against you, like that is not a person who, like,
that's some toxic shit. That's some you know what that is? I'll tell you what that's some toxic high school bullshit.
Absolutely.
We're all adults here. We're all adults here. Or if you're not an adult, man, I'm sorry you're watching this. But, like, if that individual is not adult enough to understand that what you're saying and, like, what is going on, then that individual is also not adult enough to, like, be able to hold your time.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Also, if you aren't in my streams and watching my streams and paying very close attention, then, you know, we've got a problem. Anyway, this has been fucking beautiful.